Hey folks, this is Soul with some quick reminders on what to do before patch 10.2. A lot of it is, well, a lot of it's made of the usual stuff, but there might be a few things that you haven't considered. So if you could do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe for more WoW coverage, and let's quickly go over the season content. Consider going for the usual stuff, like the ahead of the curve and cutting edge raid achievements before they go away. Keystone Master is also worth going for, if only for the mount. Just for a bit of transparency, this happens to be my personal record if you want a clue into what it takes. And if you got that already, maybe go for Keystone Hero on top of that. The dungeon teleports for this season's Mythic Plus dungeons are still up for grabs if you can time a plus 20 in each dungeon. The usual set of PvP rewards will also be going away as in the usual mounts and title. What is not going away is your chance at the Obsidian Spectral Earthstone, which gives a visual enhancement to the season's gear. This item is linked to what looks like a seasonal achievement, but it asks you to eventually complete the Aberrus raid on Mythic with no obligation to do it by a certain time. That means you can complete this years from now and still get the enhancement. What I suggest you shouldn't do is to stress too much over gearing up your main or alt in preparation of the new season. The item level jump going into Season 3 is going to be so high that you're going to get whiplash, and we're already seeing grumbling from some players about how their efforts at gearing feel pointless. I'm not going to argue that, but I'm also not exactly telling you to stop getting gear at all. And here's what I mean. Right now we're enjoying this turbulent Timeways event that gives pretty easy opportunities to pick up champion and hero gear. I don't suggest that you take the time and effort to try and upgrade these items to their max because, well, like I just mentioned, there's going to be some amazingly powerful gear that drops next season. I do suggest that you hold on to this gear though, especially if they can unlock transmog appearances if upgraded. I use a helpful add-on called All the Things that alters tooltips, and it shows you if you can unlock additional appearances after upgrading items. Here's a quick reminder about gear upgrades in Dragonflight. In order to apply upgrades, you need a number of flight stones and crests. However, if, for example, you have a fully upgraded champion class helmet, item level 437, and you get a new champion helmet that you feel like using, you don't need to use crest to upgrade it, and there's a flight stone discount. Basically, gear that is lower level relative to your own is easier to upgrade. Now let's fast forward to Season 3. Since item levels are going to be higher in the upcoming season, it's not going to be so surprising to get an item level 460 something helmet early on. That means that old Season 2 helmet that you have, or heck any helmet that you have that has an item level under 460 is no longer going to need crests. Which also means, in case you're asking, is that, well, I'm telling you that there's no point into holding on to or farming any crests at all for this season. So definitely farm up eligible gear for transmog for the remainder of Season 2. You might need to make some bag space because I presume that flight stones are going to be zeroed out and turned into gold or something. But this old gear is still going to have some use, especially after you throw them into the Revival Catalyst with no cost or cooldown for the purpose of getting more transmog. These next suggestions are more or less speculation based on the current PTR, so if anything, consider the risks and then make your own decision. While there's only a small handful of new crafting recipes introduced in this season, keep in mind that most crafted goods are going to stay relevant thanks to the seasonal upgrades. That's going to mean that many 10.1 materials like Obsidian Cobra Skin and Zeralet Glow Spores are still going to be relevant. From limited testing, glow spores do drop from gathering nodes in the Emerald Dream Zone with possible changes in future builds. At the moment, glow spores only come from metamorphic ore deposits and not herbs. This means that there's still going to be a lot of traffic in Zeralet Caverns if nothing changes. I also have yet to confirm whether Shadowflame Essence, the reagent from Aberrus, is going to have new drop sources. That could mean the supply of Shadowed Alloy would drop off a cliff and prices of related items like the belt upgrades could skyrocket. Like I said though, I'm just telling you to keep an eye open and to not act too rashly. But if you do have the time, keep farming those alchemical flavor pockets. They're still moving, and it's super easy to make attempts each week. This will sound weird at first, but make sure that you have all the dragon glyphs that you can possibly get before the patch. That way on day 1, you can respec your dragon riding to pick up swift skimming. Just take points off of, airborne recovery. This is a super minor thing to do, but in case you're not going to be in the mood to pick up new glyphs right away, shift your points and focus on what you want to do. This upgrade makes high-speed dragon riding more efficient, especially when doing dragon races. Most everyone should have done this too, but just in case, complete the short Chandris questline that starts in Valdrakken, below the Seat of the Aspects. You're required to do this once, and then your alt will have the option to use an item that lets you skip this introduction and then progress straight to the Emerald Dream. And for now, that's it. Just a few things to take care of before they're gone, and some small things to prepare for ahead of time. If you have suggestions, of course, feel free to share them in the comments. Like this video, subscribe for more coverage, catch me live on Twitch, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.